Alrighty, guys. Hopefully, I am live. I'm going to give it a second to be sure I am. I did a members only just a few seconds ago. And all right. Can you guys hear me? Can you guys see me? All right, let me get the top chat going, or all chat. Okay, you guys can hear and see me. Okay, because on my computer it's giving me an error when I'm looking to see if I'm there. Thank you for upgrading, Lisa. Thank you for joining, Maria. I'm glad to see everybody who has made it. Hey, Hot Wheels, Sue. Hey, Susan. Hey, Lori. Hey, Liz. Hey, Diane. Hey, Jen. Sorry, yeah, I'm sorry for the delay. Hey, Camila. I had done a members only, and when I tried to switch over to this StreamYards, for some reason my computer wouldn't read my camera for a minute, so I panicked. Hey, it's just chat. Hey, Angela. Hey, Jay. Hey, Ampatone, Miss Mandy, Linz, Shalee. Hopefully, I said that correctly. And hi to all of my members who came over from the members only. I appreciate everybody being here. Hey, Pika P. Yes, I hope everybody is doing well as well. I hope everybody's having a good day. I want to start off just before we get too much into this and say, everybody, I want everybody to be respectful in the chat. I don't have any mods, and that's fine. So please be respectful to each other while I have this conversation. If you end up mad at me, I understand that. Please understand that if you want to have a conversation with me in private, you are welcome to. I'm not expecting anybody to get mad, but I know I'm probably going to say some things that not everybody will agree with, and that's okay. But let's all be adults in having a conversation, because quite honestly, I really think a discussion is need to be had. And I don't know if I'm exactly the right person to have it, because I have been so removed from everything going on. But I have been being told, and, I've looked here and there to see kind of one of the things that keeps getting brought up to me. And I'm honestly I'm disappointed. I am frustrated. I wish I had words for some of the feelings that I have at times. And I don't know if I'm the only one feeling this way. I've spoken to my members before this, and some of them feel the same, and some really didn't provide their opinion, and that's okay. I cannot express the amount of fear I have and the amount of frustration that has come to me over the last few weeks. Most of you guys know that I probably gained a good bit of my subscribers from talking about Katie without a crystal ball. And I've always been honest about that. It was never my intention for my channel to get any traction, because I was criticizing her, because I was criticizing other creators too. But she was somebody that really struck a chord with me on a couple of different levels, which is why I continued when I would see major things to criticize her. Thank you, the Bears, for joining. I felt that as a small creator, making the content that I was, criticizing people was, and trying to be as fair as possible, would maybe come across those creators, and that they would see what I was saying and how I was feeling, and maybe take some of that to heart and cause change to happen. Um, Unfortunately, most of us kind of, I think, have the experience that with Katie, she really wasn't receptive, which is okay. And that created more and more people wanting to create channels and try and hold people accountable. And I have supported almost all of them at some point or another until about November. In November, I went on, and this was right shortly after the lawsuit happened. I was starting to notice myself slip. Um, I was going on live streams and really picking apart everything to do with the lawsuit, everything that Katie was doing. And I was like, you know what? I don't, something's going on here, right? I'm not super happy with how I am handling stuff, because I had lost a part of my ability to see things unbiasedly. I had started to really just focus on the issues, and there were plenty, and let's be honest, there still are plenty. But I didn't like how I was starting to change my channel. So I pulled away from the Katie stuff, and I kept saying in videos that I would do here and there that I was going to pull back. And I did, in fact, pull back. And I've done a couple of videos here and there. There were plenty of other creators who were starting their channels. Thank you for joining, Overkill. Who were starting channels, who were, had more time than I did, was putting maybe more effort into their videos than what I felt I was. I thought they were good sources. So I was like, you know what? There's plenty of other creators here. I'm not going to bog down the algorithm or the market, because I frankly don't want to continue talking about Katie at this point. I don't like how I've started covering her. And I stopped. Occasional video here or there, I was supporting everybody else. I have been pulled away from everything really for the past couple of weeks, and it has been so challenging to have people come to me in DMs and say, oh, did you see that this happened? Did you see that this happened? Did you see that this person said this? And I would get curious and I'd go look, and this frustration and fear that I have has been building for, I'd say, probably a month and a half now. I have sensed something was going on, and I wish I knew, and I'm sure anyone who feels the same wishes that they knew where this actual disconnect happened. But there has ended up being a huge disconnect that I am seeing within, if you want to call this a community, because people are now no longer holding Katie Joy accountable. People are no longer providing criticism videos of Katie Joy. People are now nitpicking at absolutely everything she does. People are now nitpicking amongst each other because someone has a different opinion. People are now being paranoid and skeptical of situations that really shouldn't even be discussed, in my opinion, online. Let's be honest, guys. To me, the larger goal was to have Katie Joy be held accountable. She is involved in a huge lawsuit. She is going to be held accountable to some extent. Now, whether or not it's the extent that you may personally want her to be held to, that's not for us to decide. That's not for us to really judge. That's up to the courts. And I see too much going on amongst people talking about the court case. People have started to insert themselves almost into this lawsuit and into speculation. And some of the speculation that has been going on in the more recent weeks has caused people, from someone on the outside, to see others getting targeted. You guys are making it to where Katie Joy saying that she was targeted and harassed and bullied for months, true, because you are doing it to people within your own community, and it is freaking deplorable. It is so disgusting, not to use a word Katie uses, but it is really gross. It is really frustrating. And to be honest, it's upsetting, like seriously emotionally upsetting, especially when you have some of these people being vulnerable in other creators' chats or on your own channel, saying, you know, the things that they have experienced, how maybe they had a poor interaction. To me, when someone tells me that they've had a poor interaction with somebody, with another creator, I almost try to go out of my way to make that person feel welcomed and to make that person feel that they can be heard here and not feel like they're being shut down. That has always been my intention when someone does give me any kind of information. I want to almost coddle them because I feel bad. Instead, I'm seeing creators not believe them, question them. And I'm like, these are people online who are just wanting to feel a sense of this community, to maybe have their experience heard. If you are saying that that's what your platform is for, then utilize your platform for that. If you don't want your platform to be for that, no one's going to judge you, but don't market it as such. But the very, very scary stuff is how serious some of this has become within this community. I cannot tell you how many times I open my Twitter and I look at something and I'm like, and I'm going to cuss. So if this offends you, I'm sorry. Are you fucking serious? Why, as a grown adult, do you think that these are okay things to say on Twitter? Why do you think this is an okay thing to push as a YouTube creator? I am seeing people who I at one point maybe respected or maybe cared about, you know, that I had real connection with, that I no longer feel that connection with because I have tried to bring concerns to them and it's not seen, or they disagree with me, and that's fine. But it continues. Like, it's like, we see it happening and it almost gets worse. Everybody has been targeted to some degree lately. We have channels who are being targeted, and literally they're being targeted and they're being brought down by the very community that built them up because they offered a platform to somebody. Because people are too freaking paranoid, because people are inserting themselves in issues that they shouldn't be inserting themselves. And to be honest, at this point, like, Katie Joy is not even engaging or interacting with anything, and people are making content just to make content and are stirring pots that quite honestly should not be stirred, in my opinion. And I know that's not a happy opinion. I know that that's not one that people want to hear, but it's true. We have way too many creators at this point who are nitpicking. I mean, for goodness sake, if Katie blinks weird, they're going to get on their channel and either make a video or go live about how she blinked weird. Like, is that really criticism at that point? We need, as creators who have criticized Katie, we really need to step back and have some self-awareness. For me, this happened back in November. That's why I had the beginning of this live the way I did. I really call for any creator who has criticized or continues to criticize Katie to please, I am asking you guys to take a step back and really question yourself before you make a video, before you go on live. Is what you're saying important? Is what you're saying bringing something new to the table? Because if you're just rehashing stuff that's already been hashed, like, it makes me as a viewer question your motives. And that's just me being honest. And I know people are going to probably be really upset with me for saying that. I'm not going to lie. I've started to question some people's motives, because some of the things that are being said and being done on different channels and attacking each other over them expressing themselves is mind-boggling. We are all adults. We are not acting like adults. This community is not acting like adults. This community had started off as maybe something good to hold Katie accountable, to hope that Katie would change. This community has turned to dog poop, in my opinion. Everybody is out to get each other, it seems like. There's no supporting happening. And if there is, from what I have seen and what I have personally experienced, it's face level, it's surface level. But they want to preach and they want to put out something to their audiences that their sole goal is to provide a safe space. When that safe space is no longer safe and that safe space becomes an echo chamber for you, you really need to take a step back. And there's a couple of channels that this is happening with, and it's scary. It's scary. And I'm not saying that anybody shouldn't feel like it's their channel, they can do whatever you want. Absolutely. I'm getting on my channel after not talking about Katie for a long time and giving my opinion. And the reason I'm doing this is because this is my final video to deal with Katie or this community. I'm done. I'm so disgusted, so heartbroken, so upset at the blatant disregard that is happening amongst adults that I do not want to be associated. I do not want to be expected. I don't even want people to want this content from me. I'm done. I am 100% done with criticizing Katie, with criticizing this community, because this community is falling apart. There are so many other things that Katie is involved in a lawsuit. Why do people not put their effort at this point? Let the courts deal with it. Let's stop rehashing old stuff that she's done. Let's let the case go out. Why don't you focus your energy on some of the other problematic people on this platform? Why don't you focus your energy on something else that you're passionate about? And to be 100% honest, I feel some people are going to end up losing their platform because they're going to only have one thing people care about. And when people stop caring about Katie and her behaviors and her her old behavior, so to speak, like the platform that you've built people aren't going to be interested in what else you have to say because you've only surrounded your platform around one topic. I'm not trying to be mean. I'm not trying to cause issues. This is just a PSA to everybody. This was a place for people, whether you agree with me or you disagree with me, whether you have the same feelings or if you don't have the same feelings, to kind of talk it out, because I see so much happening on Twitter is mainly where I see it, because I haven't been engaged with YouTube for a few weeks, but I see it on Twitter. I get DM'd stuff. And when I started looking into some of the things that people were asking me my opinions on, to say I was mad is an understatement. Some of the things that have been said and done on some of these Katie Joy accountability channels is downright scary and is downright dangerous. I mean, that's just honest. I'm not here to, say that I am a gatekeeper or say that what you're doing is incorrect, but I can speak my opinion, and I can say that what I have been seeing on some channels is very much dangerous and is very much feeding into this drama while preaching it's the opposite. So much so that people are like not even wanting to be content creators anymore. We have content creators who are saying on Twitter that they have been targeted and harassed by their own community. That is a freaking problem, guys. We're adults here. It's a problem. And if you are unwilling to see that that's a problem, I ask that you take a day or two off. Because what will happen in that day or two you take off, you're going to be so lost, you're not going to know right from left. Because so many people are getting involved, so many people are inserting themselves, so many people are speculating to the point that it can hinder what's happening with the lawsuit. There's ways to talk about things and let your opinion be known, and then be able to leave it up for discussion or something like that, rather than to leave it to where people can deduce what they want to deduce, because that's how some of the issues that I see happening, that's how I believe they're happening, is because people are blanket stating things and they're not willing to just say it, deal with the backlash, and move on. So that's really what I wanted to discuss. That's really my point, where I'm at, how I'm feeling, kind of to give everybody an update that this will be my final Katie Joy Without a Crystal Ball video related at all. And to be honest, like, people are villainizing Katie. I understand what she has done, things she has done are disgusting, are harmful. I understand that. I stand by all of my criticism videos of her. I stand by all of them. That's why they're still up. However, she is a human with a family at the end of the day. Do you want everything that's going on that people are doing to her to happen to you and your family? I don't think anybody would want what Katie has been getting. And if you do, why? Why would you want that? So I'm going to turn to the chat. I've ignored you guys. I really just wanted to get how I'm feeling out. So now I'm going to refer to you guys, see what you guys are saying. And if conversation happens from it, awesome. If conversation doesn't happen from it, that's okay. But at least everyone will know where I'm at. And I hope people understand. And I appreciate everybody who is here and who has been chatting that I haven't said hello to. Yeah, and you guys I see a lot of people thanking me. Thank you for thanking me for coming on and saying this. I have a feeling there's a couple of people who feel the same, and just know that everybody has their own opinion, and that's okay. Like, that's what being a community is about, is having opinions and maybe not agreeing on everything. That's what makes conversation lively. Yeah, I agree. Some drama channels have gotten nasty. I mean, we've seen stuff like this happen before with other dramas. It's just like this community is going to end up becoming a mockery of itself if there is no change, in my opinion. And this really was like a call out to everybody who talks about Katie. And I know not everybody who does likes me or supports me, and that's okay. But I hope that they're willing to at least hear me out, that it doesn't mean you're doing anything wrong. It just means maybe we need to self-reflect and really think. That's all I'm asking of people. Yeah. Kelly, you wish people would talk about the lawsuit and then cover other content. I mean, some people do, you know. You've been speaking out against this behavior for a while on Twitter and have never backed down, no matter how many people attack me. I'm sorry that you've been attacked, Miss Mandy. I really am. I don't think that is how you solve anything. They're still ripping each other to shreds over the Rakin and Charlotte, but at least it's easier to talk about because it's no social justice issues at play except doxing. I mean, and I don't fully know everything going on with the Rakin and Charlotte stuff. I know some of it. Why did it become that like we have to go to like speak your opinion? But why is it that we have to like try and tear the other opinion apart or the opposing side apart? This community, to be quite honest, from what I have noticed being out of it, is very black and white. People say it's not black and white. That's, in my opinion and from my experience, that's a lie. People expect you to be black and white. People expect you to either support Katie or not support Katie. There cannot be any in between. And that has been bleeding out into smaller creators and their subscribers, that if a creator says that they don't like somebody or that they don't support them, anybody who likes that creator feels that they have to unsubscribe from whoever it is that they said that they didn't like. Why is that a thing? Why are we that is super toxic behavior. That is super manipulative behavior. Why are creators like allowing that kind of stuff to happen? I have always said, and will continue to always say, support whoever you want. It doesn't matter to me. If you like me you may like me for a reason you don't want to watch somebody else's content. You might not even be subscribed to my channel because of the Katie videos. You may be subscribed to my channel because of my open discussions or my old makeup videos or my true crime CPS related stuff. And some of these other creators don't have the experience in certain areas that I do, and that's why people want my opinion on certain things. That may be why you go to somebody else, because they may have the experience of something that I don't, and you want to hear their opinion, and you want to be subscribed to both of us. That it's not my place to tell you you can't be subscribed to another creator. It's not. Which is why I choose very carefully on when I say I support and don't support people anymore, because people have become so black and white. Yeah, Xylee, the anti-KJ community at this point is a joke and have become everything they claim Katie is. I have seen quite a bit of that as well lately. You hope Twitter stops. At this point, I'm no longer opening my Twitter feed. I'm just going to Twitter for DMs. I'm not engaging with Twitter. Carly, you think it's ironic that Reagan used the same behavior of Katie she claims to hate. I'm not fully aware of, I mean, I understand a little bit of what happened between Charlotte and Reagan, but I wasn't there for it. From my understanding, if she was doxxed, then that's a problem. I mean, nobody should be doxxed for any reason. I mean, point blank, period. But I'm also somebody who says never spread negativity, because it does nothing but foster negativity. Does nothing but hurt somebody or make somebody feel bad. I understand some people, like, that's their intention. CO, this has been happening to every community that seeks to find solidarity against another creator. It's so interesting how it's a pattern at this point. I think it ends up becoming, and people aren't going to like that I'm going to say this, but I think it ends up becoming a competition. I think people don't realize that that the behavior they end up engaging in is like they make it into a competition. I want to be the one that talks about it. I want to be the one who ends up right at the end of the day. I want to be the one that everybody rejoices. I want to be the one that everybody subscribes to. I want to be the one that gets all the super chats. I really think that that's what ends up happening as a community of content creators grow. I think that competition side of it comes out whether the creators realize that they're engaging in that kind of behavior or not. I really think that that's why dissonance ends up happening amongst creators. Angela, you're exhausted from the negativity. I think a lot of people are exhausted from the negativity. I do see quite a bit of that. Creators are to blame as well. Why are creators telling their subs who they don't support? Yeah, I have done that one time, and beyond that, like I learned very quickly that as a creator, no matter how big or small your platform is, who you choose to publicly support and unsupport, you need to be very respectful and mindful as a creator on how you have those discussions with your audience, if you choose to have those discussions with your audience. Right. Jake said, we're all different. I hate mushrooms and my husband loves them. Should we get divorced because we have different taste buds? Hey, Dana, thank you for the compliment. You like my true crime CPS stuff? Well, good news, Kelly. A lot of that will be coming here soon. Twitter, yeah, Twitter's always kind of been toxic. I've always said that. That's why I've never really been much on Twitter because of all of that. It's just very negative. It's been like that outside of YouTube with past elections. People were very black and white with that too, not to bring politics. No, but you bring a good point. Like, it's not just a YouTube thing, it's a people thing. It really is. I believe I did see Reagan's tweet. It was shared with me. Yeah, Xylee, you hate it. If you didn't need it, you wouldn't be on there. Hey, Frenchie Taylor, the drama is all over the place. I'm probably not the best one for a play-by-play because I haven't followed it perfectly either. This is just my opinion from where I have been sent things and how things have been going and what I've been watching over the past few months. Yeah, Susan, you watch different channels for different reasons. Hey, Aaron. Dragon, you like my arts and crafts videos? I will be doing all of that on a second channel as of next week. I will probably do one of those live streams later today, though. As a creator, your focus should be on your channel, your growth, and your content. It's okay to dislike another creator, but there is no need to broadcast it and bring unnecessary drama. Yeah, I agree with you, Jamal. And like with having to broadcast it, I think as a creator, for me, anyways, my channel is just a place for me to come and talk. And if I see something, when I started this channel, it was for a totally different reason than how my channel has ended up growing and becoming a commentary channel. I've kind of let it happen, gone with the flow, so to speak. But I've had to have like some conversations with myself to be like, to figure out what kind of content I want to create, because this has always been something that I've done as a hobby and I want it to remain something I do as a hobby. So I personally don't focus on growth, but I understand what you're talking about, that as a creator, you should focus more on you and what you're doing rather than others. And I think that's how people live their lives too, like to focus on yourself before you focus on other people. Hey, keeping up with KP. Can there be a truce? Apology was made, but I see subtle remarks in others' chats. Can we build up and not tear down? She said sorry. Who said sorry? I don't know. I don't know what's being talked about. Sorry that you got emotional and had a breakdown. Yeah, people do want to talk and be heard, and that's kind of what this was made for. Really, was I'm letting people know where I stand, how I've been feeling, and let people know I'm not going to be involved with this stuff anymore. Hey, Frank. Yeah, Jakes, you have no idea what's going on, and you don't have disrespect, but you don't care, and you're not picking sides. You want everybody to be happy. And that's where I'm at. I really don't know a lot of what's been going on. I've known of bits and pieces. I've been sent bits and pieces. I've saw Twitter and how messy it's gotten, and it was, and I just don't want to be involved with this anymore. I don't want people to, and I don't think people really were expecting me to make videos on this situation, because I've been saying for how many months that I'm pulling away, and my videos have become sparing dealing with this community. But it's gotten to the point where I want to publicly say I'm no longer following the lawsuit, Katie, any of that. I am no longer going to talk about anything related to this. You wanted to start a caregiver support channel, but now you started a puppy channel because someone would tear you apart. I feel bad for anyone leaving the KJ community and finding this hot mess, right? We have all seen this from a we to me environment. That is one of the reasons I walked away from KJ. Support who you like and let go of the things that bring you down. It's a very good way to think about things. Alrighty, guys. Does anybody have any questions or anything like that before I end the live stream? You feel like people who usually are well put together have toddler having fits. You have a problem if your growth has a creator, if you have to put other people down to get there. Bye, Amber. From what you've seen in other people's channels, you think Katie lawsuit topic needs to be put to bed for a while. It's gotten so out of hand and people are getting hurt. Yeah, I see that people are getting hurt. So, and I've kind of been watching some of this happen for a little while. And that's a lot of why I can't. I can't be involved with any of this anymore. Alrighty, guys. Yeah, I am going to go for a little while. For any of those who are interested in my crafts, I will be live probably in 2 or 3 hours to do some crafting stuff. So that'll be for you guys to look out for. Otherwise, I hope everybody has a good day, evening, or night, wherever you are. If you want to have any kind of conversation or I offended you, please feel free to reach out to me. You can contact me on Twitter, Instagram, or email. I'll be sure to put my email in the description box. But with everything else, I hope you guys have a good one, and I will see you later. Bye.